outer space. I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm gone, I've been far away. I'm illuminated now, make a move, start a waves. I've been dreaming around flying for a long time. I had a vision from the birds, they want a goal sign. Artificially.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Positive and productive. I hope. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking with me. Hey, look, just real quick, we're going to play a little bit of this segment from The View and something Whoopi said. And I believe she was having an exchange with Sarah Michelle Griffin. I don't know the lady's name. And I just want to play a little bit of that right there, and I want to elaborate on that. And then the whole conversation is kind of off the rails. Shout out to Officer Tatum for doing a reaction to this, but I just want to play a specific part of this, then I want to talk about it really quickly. Let's go.
Nobody wants to diminish the very real problems we have in this country. That is no one's intent. But I think it's important we remember there are places much darker than this country, and people who deserve rights.
Not everybody feels that way. Not everybody feels that way.
So I'm going to play that one more time because I just want you guys to hear the part that I'm making, the point that I'm making right here. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
Nobody wants to diminish the very real problems we have in this country. That is no one's intent. But I think it's important we remember there are places much darker than this country, and people who deserve rights.
Not everybody feels that way. Not everybody feels that way.
Listen, and that's what I wanted to stop right there. And I believe that this is a big problem. I don't even want to put in women, the black community specific. I just think this is a problem for people right here, right now. So what she said was, the white lady, Sarah Michelle Griffin, whatever her name was, what she said was, what people need to realize and acknowledge that there are much darker places than this country. And Whoopi's response was, well, not everybody feels that way. Not everybody feels that way. Listen, no offense to anybody, but it's not about how you feel. It's about objective reality and the objective truth. You can feel that this country is the worst place or the most darkest place ever. That doesn't make it true. That just means you feel that. You can feel a BMW is a better car than a Volvo or a Tesla. It doesn't make it true. It just means that you feel that way. But then we would have to look at J.D. Power and Associates to say which vehicle gets the most safety ratings, which vehicle gets the whatever, the most stars or various things of that nature. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because we can look at all the atrocities that are happening here in the United States or have happened here in the United States. But what we're not looking at, or the things that we don't know, is that most people have never heard of the Boko Haram. And do you know, well, you probably don't, but since you've never heard of the Boko Haram, you should probably look up what they do to girls in the Republic of Congo and different things of that nature. When she said that there are darker places in the United States, I believe Syria, Lebanon, Yemen, and maybe a few other places. I don't even think they have age restrictions when it comes to child brides. I don't want to get too religious here, but the religious extremists and different things like that, the Islamic extremists, the Sunnis and the Shiites and the Shiites and the various groups and sects and different religions, well, they do some crazy stuff if you don't believe in their ideology and different things like that. So when you're telling me that there's a place in the country right now that practices female castration, mutilation, cutting off the clitorises, when you tell me that is a practice that goes on, and then you're going to say, well, not everybody feels that there are darker places in the world. When child brides are legal and 9, 7, 5-year-old girls are being forced to get married, stripped from their families without the approval of anybody in their family. And you're going to tell me, well, everybody doesn't feel that there are darker places in the world. When you have these places in the world where women literally have zero rights. And now you're going to tell me, well, everybody doesn't feel that way. Everybody doesn't feel that way. And this is what I'm saying. We are so ignorant to what's really going on in the world that we put our feelings in front of the objective reality. And that's a sad fact, ladies and gentlemen. And I think this is how we start playing the oppression Olympics, or my struggle was worse than yours and your struggle wasn't that bad. And listen, bad things happen in the world. And I'm not defending these bad things happen. But there are some things in this world that are so horrible, so abhorrent, that we don't even talk about them. Most people don't even, you wouldn't even imagine that this stuff is going on. And here's the crazy part. It's almost like everyday child's play where they do it on the regular. It's part of their culture. It's just on the regular, on the everyday. So when she said that there are darker places in the world, and Whoopi didn't concede to that, she actually tried to allude, well, everybody doesn't feel like that. Number one, your feelings don't make the truth. And number two, we need to actually understand and be thankful. I want you guys to watch this whole segment, honestly. Be thankful that you are in the United States, and don't think that just because you had it maybe the worst in the United States or during a specific time frame, maybe you were on the lower of the totem pole in the United States, don't think that by any means that compares to what the worst people in the world are going through. Don't never think that. I don't give a fuck what you tell me in America, what you had to do or didn't do or were restricted from. If you and your generations have been in the United States, the worst thing that ever happened to you in the United States does not compare to some of the atrocities that are happening around the world. And it don't matter how you feel about that. And this is why we need to really be thankful for where we are. Hey, look, with this type of segment, I know it's hard to stay positive and productive, but we gonna do it. Make sure you stay hydrated. Please share the content to friends, family, anybody that you think the content is relevant to. Remember, local elections are more important than national elections, but dollars are stronger than votes. They won't stop until we stop them. Liberation comes at a cost. Who's willing to pay for it?
I'm from outer space, I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm gone, I've been far away, I'm illuminated now, make a move, start the waves, I've been dreaming around.